So I can't believe it's already April, and here we are talking about how to catch them this month. What's going on, guys? Steven Turner with Crappie Man Jigs. On today's video, we're going to be discussing exactly what I plan on doing this month and what you should be planning on doing this month. The middle of March through the end of April is one of those just key periods every year that once that water temperature gets to a certain part, that you don't need zero. You need zero electronics. Like you just go out there in a canoe and just whack them every day. Just whack them. So that's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. So this is a no edit series. I try to do once a week. So if you're new here, please subscribe down below so you don't miss an upload. So we're in April, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you in South Carolina we have pollen everywhere, everywhere, and to me, my deep ancestral fisherman inside of me, when pollen's here, the fish are in the dirt. That's the easiest way to catch them this time of year is to fish in the dirt. And what do you mean by in the dirt, Steven? I mean up shallow between 1 to 6 feet of water. That's where if I put my boat in today, tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day, I am going to find these key spawning spots that we're going to talk about here in just a minute. And I'm going to throw a slip cork, and I am going to take my 13-foot ACC crappie sticks, and I am going to dip in every single bush, tree, piece of grass, a daggum random pine cone floating down the bank. I'm going to put a jig beside it because they are going to thump the crap out of it. And it's what makes crappie fishing. Until electronics really developed, this time of the year is what everybody talks about is that thump. They do it all year. You can catch crappie 365 days a year. I mean, I know most of y'all don't believe it, but come on. But like I said, this is a no edit video, so if I mess up, I mess up. Y'all are going to get to see the bits and pieces of everything, and that's just kind of how this series works. So, right now, on my home body of water, Lake Murray, South Carolina, the water temps fluctuate between 63 and 68 degrees as of this moment. Now, we should be going over 70 sometime this week, I would imagine. We may be already there. I haven't been on the water in like 2 days. So, with that being said, if you're up north or somewhere where it's still cold, you might want to go watch last month's video until your water temperatures get to where they need to be. But at the same time, watch the video. Hit that like button. It's right down there. It's free, just like the video you're watching. So we're going to break out the whiteboard, and I'm going to tell you exactly what these fish are doing. And then we're going to go over exactly how to catch them. So I had a marker somewhere. Oh, here we go. Right here. I got the marker. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw out a creek channel here. Now, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a drawer, I catch fish and I make baits. That's what I do. So, this is going to be our creek channel. And we're just going to make a channel like this. It's going to be our creek channel. And this channel goes all the way down here to Mother Sue's house, right? Alright, now, at the start of this creek channel, this is going to be the mouth of the creek right here. Mouth of the creek. So, we got the mouth of the creek. And then we're going to come through this creek channel. Now, this is just a small creek channel, guys. This creek channel could be a couple miles long, a couple miles wide, whatever. It's just a general idea of what a creek channel should be. So, take into account that this creek channel is probably like 2 miles long. So, we go into the mouth of the creek. We're going to go down, and then we've got a bridge that comes through this creek. This is a bridge, right? Alright, and then we keep coming through this creek, and then we've got a little pocket over here down the creek. This is the bank right here, and then we'll have another little pocket right here, and then the bank. So these are the key things for this time of the year. In my opinion, this is what you should be focusing on against all these key things that we're about to go over right here. So, mouth of the creek, like I said, 50 through 60 degree water temperatures between the mouth and that first main piece of structure if you have it. That's where your long lining is going to be. That's the easiest way to catch them without electronics. Obviously, you get out in this creek channel with live scope, you're able to pick them off like chickens at a farm. All right, and then you've got a bridge right here. So the bridge, 365 days a year. If that bridge has decent water depth, between 8 and 20 feet deep, there will always be a crappie on this bridge somewhere. Always, 100% of the time, there will be a crappie. Now, whether they're stacked up in schools or you got one crappie here, one crappie here, one crappie here, that depends on the time of the year and how much fishing pressure that bridge has. All right, now your next key thing is a spawning pocket. So we'll call that SP. Now, this could be way up here on our actual map. Like I said, this is just a small creek because I got a small board, okay? All right, then you come through here and you have another spawning pocket. So that's our key things right now. Now, like we covered in the past spawn videos that I have on the channel, if you don't understand the spawn, I do recommend going to go watch those. I believe I have 3 of those on the channel. So, in all reality, this is what I call the crappie circle. They start in the main, they go to the first piece, and then you might have a brush pile here. So we'll do a BP right here. This will be a brush pile. This will be a brush pile. And then we're going to have some LDs, 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 LDs. So those are laydowns. All right, so the crappie spawn circle. Pre-spawn goes to the first piece of structure, hangs out. They go to the next piece of structure, hangs out. They go to the next piece of structure, hangs out. Oh, water temp's over 60. Spawning pocket. They get done in this spawning pocket. They go back to this brush pile, back to this laydown, back to this bridge, and back to the main, or they stick around one of these. So it makes a loop. That's what they're doing. Now, what about this spawning pocket? All right, say they come from here, cold front. They don't go to that one. They just keep going. Boom, another spawning pocket. But this spawning pocket is going to have fish too. So right now, like I said, we're between 63 and 68 degree water temperature. So all of this part of this creek plays a major role into this time of year in the month of April. For live scopers, this brush pile is where you want to be, and this creek channel right here. This brush pile is where you want to be with the creek channel. That's where you want to be. Now, if you want to beat the bank with a cork, which you should be doing if you want to catch some fish that's actually fun, this lay down, this lay down, this lay down, and of course, all the trees and everything in this spawning pocket is where you want to be. Same, you just keep going down until you figure out what spawning pocket they're using, or if these fish are on the outside of these spawning pockets, they could be anywhere down this creek channel, down this bank right here. You've got to fish it. You can't be, too lazy this time of the year, but you can also be pretty proficient once you figure out what depth they're biting in. The other day I released a video of catching fish off the bank with a slip cork, and the key depth was 3 feet. No matter what I did on that bush that I was catching them on, it was around 3 feet deep that they bit. So taking that into consideration, in the month of April, you kind of want to target kind of some of the same things in March. But at the same time, if your water temperature is in that key range of above 60, start thinking shallow. And the way you want to target these fish this time of the year is either an 8 to 13 foot rod, 6 pound test line, ACC copolymer, obviously, and you want a 1/16 ounce jig head, or you could go smaller if you want. This time of the year, it really don't matter. It don't matter what size jig. And honestly, it really don't matter what color, because if that male fish is there, he's going to bite. Now the females, they can be a little picky, but you know, that's a female for you. But dipping every bush, every piece of cover, every laydown, every stick, stump, rock, that's the key to catching them until that water temperature gets above 75. Now, like I was saying on the board, there's a circle. If you don't like beating the bank, by all means, fish the bridge, fish the brush pile. You still don't need electronics to catch them if you know where that piece of structure is. Now, it does speed up the process. I mean, I'll give you that. I'm a scoper. Like, don't think I'm hating on scoping, but I know a lot of you don't really like live scope. So, it's kind of like, you know, I'm the best of both worlds. I can catch them without it. I can catch them with it. I can catch them with it and without it at the same time. It don't matter to me. Excuse me. But this time of year, like I said, if I put my boat in, I'm going to the bank, back of a creek. I'm going to check pockets first. That's where I'm going first. And a pocket is basically somewhere that's out the creek channel. If you have a creek channel going and there's a little bitty dip that's kind of out the wind, out of everything, that's where I'm checking first. There's a creek. If I went right now, I would go in, I would go past the bridge, keep going, keep going, keep going, and there's 2 pockets back there that I know of. And that's where I would start. I would start throwing a slip cork at all the deeper bushes, and I would start jigging all the bushes that have a lot of sticks on it. That's kind of the key. Now, how do you catch them? What do you use? Like I said, 1/16 is what I personally am going to use with a Monkey Milk OG, which is a 2-inch minnow that I make here at Crappie Man Jigs. Chartreuse pepper wedge tails, and probably the little minnow, because that thing is deadly. The little minnow monkey mill is what I called them on the other day. Not saying they wouldn't bite anything. It's more about location than it is about color. If you dip the right bush and that crappie is down there on that bed, man, you could probably throw a gold hook in there and he's going to annihilate it. But for the month of April, beat the bank. That's the best thing I can tell you. I'm hoping I can get out here in the next couple days and actually make a in the boat video of beating the bank, not just going down the bank, which, I mean, I know y'all love those videos too, fishing off the bank, because a lot of you don't have boats. But a lot of you do have boats, because I'm trying to do the best of both worlds. You definitely catch a lot more fish out of the boat because you're able to cover a lot more water. But if you're not scared of snakes, because I'm scared of snakes, I mean, you find a creek that, you know, isn't trespassing for you to walk down the bank and hit every bush that you can get to. And I can guarantee you, if the water temperature is right, you're going to catch them. So hopefully I taught you something in this video. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe down below. We're trying to get to 50K this year. We just hit 24K last night. So if you made it this far, let me know down in the comments. Smash that like button and stay slabby.